one of the things I used to do is drive up to Starbucks in the morning and they'd say, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I am sexy. And there'd be this silence at first. And then maybe somebody would laugh, anyway, pull up, I get my drink, I'd be smiling. People are all looking over to see who'd said that. Cause it comes across the speaker there, right? And old time when they weren't all headseted. But so every morning I drive in, and so about the fourth morning, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Hey, like, I am sexy. Yes, you are. And so I drive up and everybody's yelling, they're sexy. And I got sexy on my cup, right, when they gave it to me. And I did that probably for a month, and it was great because they said that every time, they'd be wondering if it was, I was going to come this time, or when everybody was jazzed and everybody felt great. And when I drove through, they said everybody started smiling no matter what. One day I pulled up and they didn't even say, how are you? I just heard like 8 voices. You're sexy.
And look, what this brings up for me is that I spent a lot of my life really ashamed of my sexual energy, really ashamed of my sexual desire. I did my goddamn best to keep it hidden from as many, which means all women as possible. Until I felt extremely safe that it was okay to let it out. Like it was completely overt that she wanted it. I also was constantly missing indications from women that they were into me. I was just super oblivious to all of this. And, I was just in a lot of shame around my sexiness and my attractiveness and my desire. And it's been such a journey for me to get to a place where I'm far more relaxed with my energy and my desire. And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking sexy. And what are you going to do with it? Let's do something about that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And sexy and feeling sexy doesn't mean you're pouncing on everybody and you're putting your
Yeah.
energy where somebody doesn't want it. It's about you. When you are living in that arousal and you are keen, what I say is keen. When a man is keen, he's turned on in a way that he's owning that sexual energy. He's not depleting it by constantly ejaculating it out. He's like owning all that energy. He's got charisma. He's got magnetism. When he walks by, everybody turns around because it's an energetic component.
And he's not the guy who's out. You weren't at the Starbucks drive-through saying, I'm sexy and you need to validate me, and I need to get, like, you weren't out there trying to get anything from
No.
anybody either. You were just sharing your sexiness and it is magnetic and contagious. Yep. And the same is true for the same is true for all human beings. Doesn't matter whether you've got a dick between your legs or not.
Well, and I take note that, being out, going clubbing and things like that, I was typically around women that were considered classically beautiful, had fabulous bodies, did all that. I was a bodybuilder. I'm shorter. I wasn't really the, look, right? And yet I was the woman that all night long had phone numbers thrown in front of me. And I remember that people would ask me, like, what is that about? And I'm like, confidence. It's about the fact that I feel great. I feel good about myself, and feeling good about myself means I exude that, which also means then it's an attraction, but it's also protection, which is kind of weird because you think as a woman, if you're all that, somebody's going to be a predator to you, but it's not true because it also contains strength. Yeah. So for men, that's true. When you're sexy and you're containing that arousal, you actually can feel safer when you're keen than when you're not. Yeah. When you're depleted, you don't feel as safe to women.
And yeah, you will feel safe to women.
Exactly.
Which is a big misconception, certainly for me and a lot of the guys I've worked with. We think that in order to be safe, you have to minimize it or hide it or pussyfoot around it. And that's actually not safe.
That feels scary because I'm wondering what are you hiding?
You still, the guy still wants something, but he's not being obvious or overt about it. So you can feel it, but you don't know exactly what's going on. And it's.
Yeah. A man that can walk up and say, I want to have sex with you. And you can say, wow, awesome. I'm not feeling it. And he's like, cool. And you go and have a dance anyway. Yep. And then he's happy to be cool and walk off. Like, that's hella sexy. That is like so awesome. And I wish more men were feeling into themselves that way. And that's why we're doing
Tantra of the Sacred Warrior, the Tantra of the Sacred Warrior.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. And who's this for, Robert? Is this just for guys who are like sitting around blowing, incense and chanting and,
Yeah, it is. We only want guys who are wearing white robes and who wear their hair with a man bun and who chant. and meditate in the morning.
Yeah,
So
that's it. That's it. If you're not following that, forget about it. No, we're just joking.
no, yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
joking.
So, this is really for any guy who wants to enhance his sexual mastery. This is for any guy who wants to be able to be a better lover, who wants to be able to experience more pleasure and more sensitivity in his own body and be able to share that with a partner or partners. This is for the guy who just wants to be really magnetically confident and exude that same kind of Starbucks, the Starbucks drive-through line energy, the man version of that. It's totally possible, and it's within every single one of us as a man. All we need to learn how to do is unlock it.
And also, the Tantra of the Sacred Warrior is also about really inhabiting integrity. And when we say integrity, we mean to be integrated. So it's not just your genitals, sex. That's not just, we're not talking about that. You can learn technique in any book you want. What we're talking about is that deep embodiment, that deep being into your integrity, being able to bring that courage through and through in your life. So it's about the whole being, not just, hey, we're going to teach you some fancy hand techniques,
Yeah.
because
And
those kind of fall flat if you don't have the rest of it.
And the result of that is the kind of integrity that Tanya was speaking to earlier, which is that your desires are just laid out on the table. It's made clear. And there are women out there who want to play that game with you. There are women out there who want to collaborate with you in getting those desires met so that they can get their desires met so that everybody can win in that kind of a way. And a man of integrity knows how to show up with his full authentic self, put it on the table, and have really exquisite sexual and romantic connections.
And grace in the I don't want to play.
Yeah.
There's a, when you have that, there isn't also a desperation,
Yeah.
because I don't want to see men feeling desperate, like, what's the password? I don't know how to get it there. When you have the password, because it's you don't need to be desperate about what's going on or if somebody's going to give you what you want or how to ask for it or anything like that. So you lose all that desperation, and confidence, as we all know, is sexy.
Exactly.
So we're here to help you achieve that.
Yep.
Sounds cool,
And
right?
that sounds pretty cool to me. It's been really cool to experience it in my own life, and to come from so sexually shut down to just inhabiting my sex in a way that turns women on. It's awesome.
So give us a call, click the link, just jump in. If you got questions, give us a call. There's a call button there. But really, like, this is no win, because no lose, because get what is the other amazing part of this? It's the no man left behind.
Yeah.
You want to
And
say what we're doing?
this is something that really hits my core values, which is to make this work accessible. There's another program that I'm actually helping facilitate in right now that costs $5,000. Does great work, not affordable for every man. So we really actually wanted to make this affordable for any man who's ready to dive in, ready to commit to his own sexual mastery. There's the option to donate whatever amount that you are able if you can't pay the full price. And as long as you're willing to show up and come to the classes, do the work, and really be invested in your own growth and transformation, we got you.
Absolutely. We no man left behind. That is how it should be, and we are definitely committed to that. So please don't feel awkward about that, because sometimes people feel awkward about that. But I just want to let you know that putting skin in the game, whatever it is that you can put skin in the game for, we honor that. We respect that. We absolutely want you to take advantage of that. If that's where you are right now, don't let that be an excuse.
Yeah. And if you want to create some seriously beautiful up leveling in your just experience of your sex and your aliveness, then let's fucking do this. It's going to be really good.
Let's do this and be sexy.
Yeah. All right. Hope to talk to you soon, brother.